I was thinking about how, like, as addicts, we tend to minimize the impacts that we have on the people around us, and when, especially like as addicts or people with severe mental health issues, it's like, you it's good to it's like better to think like, oh, I'm just being self-destructive, and like what and that kind of thinking like leads you into the isolation as addiction and depression too, as you get into the space of isolation to almost save others from the suffering of being around you, right? Where you don't want to involve other people with it, especially if you have people that you really love in your life. Like you're trying to isolate, and like that isolation is giving you some sort of peace in a way, because it's like, okay, yes, like things are horrible, but they're horrible for me and nobody else. Like I don't, no one else is involved. No one's like, it's okay, right? But I was talking to like someone in my life, um they someone like some distant person I know like cheated on their partner, right? And to me it was like, wow, like they're like, and then they reached rock bottom, and then they changed and things got better, and all this type of stuff happened. And I looked at that and I was like, it was almost like I was comparing as if I'm better than that, because I was like, dude, my rock bottom doesn't involve other people. Like you had to go, like I talked about a couple videos ago, where it's like you had to go and hurt somebody else to hit your rock bottom to then make the change and be better as a person. While as me, I'm just hurting myself. I'm just sitting here and like being isolated, and I'm away from everyone, and I'm just destroying my mind, body, and spirit all alone. I'm rotting by myself. I'm self-deprecating by myself. I'm having suicidal ideation by myself. Whatever it is, it's all me, right? Like I'm here alone. And when I talked to my one of my friends about this, she said, "But that's not true, you know." And one of my friends, she dealt with her own issues. She had disorderly eating issues and stuff like that. And she told me, she's like, even during my disorderly eating, like, yes, I would pretend like this is just me and it just only affects me. And it's like, even now that now that she's recovered, she can think from time to time like, I just don't want to eat today. Like, but and why would I care what others people think? Like that only affects me, right? And she's like, I could think that, but there's this level of selfishness that comes from addiction and mental health, just like issues such as depression, where you're so selfish that you can't, you're like intentionally blinding yourself from the large impact that you're still having on people that love you. And I for one know of that, because like, for one, like, I should be aware that I can't I can't minimize my impact on others, right? Because even for me, like, and I try to isolate so much that, I mean, I have a fiance, right? And I wasn't allowing her in especially during this last really bad episode that I had. And I wasn't allowing her in. It's like, yes, I could say like, I'm shielding you from this. Like, I'm saving you from my suffering. I don't want to involve you in this, right? But that's destroying her, right? Like, that's destroying my partner. Like, I could pretend like this is just affecting me, but to her it's like, oh wow, this person I love I can't won't even be vulnerable with me. Like, I'm losing them. I'm losing them to the addiction. They're prioritizing the addiction over me. They're prioritizing like saving me over me. They're prioritizing being depressed over me. Like, and I can't reach them, you know. And when I sit there and I think about from my fiance's perspective of like what looking at me from her view, it's like, man, I would have been terrified, because it's like, what do I do to help this guy, dude? Like there's nothing I can do. I'm so far away and I can't see him, or like I can see him, but he won't let me in, right? And I try to help and he denies my help. And you're just like watching, like your partner wither away, and there's nothing you can do about it. And it's like, how can I pretend like all of that and all of that turmoil and that grief of watching someone like die in real time, spiritually or whatever, literally at times, whatever. How can I pretend that that's not like happening, and that when I get into these episodes, or when I relapse, whatever, that it's just help, only affecting me. Like, how can I go look at this person that I knew that cheated and be like, and that hit rock bottom and be like, wow, I'm better than them because I'm only doing something that affects me. It's like, and I didn't have to hurt someone else. It's like, dude, every time I get into an episode of depression or addiction, I am hurting those around me. Even for my mother, I mean, my mother knows, even when she does it, even I never explicitly tell her what's going on with me, but she knows because I'll be shorter on the phone. I'll be more snappy. I'll stop calling. And she gets really worried, right? Because, I mean, when I was younger, I remember she told me that she used to like, go, you know, when I was like just a really depressed teenager, like in my late teens, like, and I still lived at home, she said like every night she would go in my bed. Like she would go in my room to make sure I was breathing. Like how fucking dark is that? And I'm gonna sit here and say that like I'm saving people from suffering by like not allowing them in. It's like no, I'm prolonging my suffering by not allowing people in because like I don't want them because it's like this. It's like this. I remember this last episode. I finally let Julianne in, and she was like she didn't know what to do because she's like, holy shit, what the fuck is this? It was all new to her. Like what the depression looked like. She's never really experienced a depressed person, right? So this is all new to her. So I finally let her in, and her reaction was so like negative that like I was like, see, like this is why I don't let anyone in. Like get the fuck away from me now. But it's like how I have to have the grace to understand, like, dude, it's gonna be insane to see this for the first time for anyone, and I have to get over that initial hump because in a in the short, it's gonna hurt me to let somebody in, and it's gonna hurt that other person. But uh, in the long time, the way to help with mental health issues is vulnerability, right? Is allowing people in, and as more light comes in, the darkness dissipates, right? And as more people see what's going on, it's harder to, because a lot of depression and the nature of the disease of depression addiction is ruminating thoughts, and during ruminating thoughts during isolation. And when you're sitting in isolation talking to yourself about yourself, and the only thing that you think is right is the thoughts you're having about yourself, you're in a mess. Like that's a recipe for absolute disaster, you know what I'm saying? And so as you begin to let people in, it's gonna be scary at first because you're gonna want to like keep pushing that because their initial reaction will be like, holy fucking shit, your room's messy, right? Like metaphorically and literally, like, oh, what the fuck? But then they're like, as they get to understand, like, okay, this is what it looks like. Now I know what this looks like. Now I can help you, right? Now they can help me. They just help by being there. Other people help by being there, and if I let my mom in, if I let Julian in, if I let these people in, my symptom, I would like, how do I explain this? I feel like when you're going through these things, you want to cut off all your your attachments. You want to be fully detached from everything so you can absolve yourself of responsibility and just sit there and be a piece of shit and like just rot without feeling bad about rotting. And maybe you do feel bad about rotting, which makes you want to rot more, and you want to cut off all these different things so then you have the freedom to just do that. But by cutting off all your attachments and cutting off all your connections and burning all your bridges, that's exactly what the disease wants. Because then when it has you there, when you have no one else, and all you have is that, then it becomes, um, what's the word? Comforting. And when your depression and your addiction and whatever else you guys are going through, when those things become comforting, yeah, that's really tough. When your dopamine receptors are so fucked that you actually get dopamine from feeling like shit, oh, it's tough to get out of. I mean, I've been there. I've been there a lot, right? And it's like, how do you get out of that? Because now it's like people are watching you do horrific things to yourself, and they're like, how could somebody even live like this, right? How could someone do this? How could they like live in these conditions? How could they keep doing this to their body when they see when they keep having adverse reactions to it? Like how, why does the all these things that are happening? But it's because you're like, suffering is your comfort now. Like you're essentially sucking on like a spiky pacifier, and it's like, and like the pain feels good, bro. And it's like, that's a hard place to be. So to avoid that, you have to save all your lifelines, and you have to not and you really do have to have people in your life that are going to give you the grace. I mean, Julianne's given me grace a lot of times, where it's like she's thrown back her lifeline after I've like pushed it away so many times, because she understands that the act of pushing away and remove and saying, get this fucking wrap, this life vest or life whatever they call it, tube, get this shit away from me. Get your hand smacking the hand that's trying to help you. Get the fuck away from me. That whole that whole thing of the going away is part of the addiction, and it's something that you have to just tolerate and try to work through and get past and try to grab the hand back and try to pull the right life vest back, right? And so I think my point is that, like, yes, I could look at somebody like really hurting someone, like someone like men that do bad things to women. I could look at, like, or hold on, let me use a better example. Like, yeah, the guy that cheated, right? And it's like the person I knew. It's like, okay, well, at least I didn't do that. I'm better than them because I didn't go out and intentionally hurt somebody in order for me to hit rock bottom. Like, for that person to hit rock bottom, they had to intentionally go and hurt somebody. Like, not intentionally, but like directly is the better word. Like, directly hurt somebody to hit rock bottom to then change, right? And it's like, I can't say I'm any, but I'm not, just because I'm not doing it directly, it's still happening. I'm indirectly hurting everyone around me by by following and listening to the cognitions that, like, I'm saving them by getting them away from me. I'm saving the ones around, I'm saving my loved ones by not allowing them in. But that's actually doing the opposite, because now I'm prolonging my own suffering, because as I continue not allow anyone in, my suffering continues. And I'm also just prolonging the suffering of others because they're going to continue to try to reach out to me, and they're going to almost get to a point of learned helplessness where it's like there's nothing we can do to help them, right? And so be aware of that, and as people that, if you guys fight mental health issues or addiction, just know, like when that thing in your head tells you, like to isolate and to, like, get away from everyone, and that you want to save everyone from yourself, and that, like, you're doing the right thing, or like, or that, you're not really hurting, like, but you're gonna save them and you're not hurting them because it's just you're just doing a bunch of self-inflicting shit. It's all garbage, bro. It's all garbage. Like, you got to know that you got to know you're having an effect, like a really profound impact on others, right? Like, just think about like someone you really love, and just imagine them, like, going down a certain path where you can't help them. You can't, like, they don't want help. And they're just gonna go suffer, and they won't allow you in, even though you could see what's going on, but they won't allow you in, and they'll deflect and they defend and they do all these things to stay isolated. It's like, dude, I'll be fucking, like, what a horrible position to be in, right? And so that's just what I wanted to talk about, because I do acknowledge the profound negative impact and the hurt that I have given to my loved ones, to my fiance, to my family, and to my friends, um, when I am in those positions. And that's not to say, like that I'm intentionally going and being depressed or being an addict, but I think acknowledging that will also continue to help me not go back and not relapse, and to continue to go back in that, like continue to stay grounded, right? Because I have people that love me so much, and, like, I gotta love me as much as they're loving me, right? Because I don't want to see myself get back there too. But anyways, that's kind of a yap. But guys, girls, gays, queers, FMZs, or anyone, have a blessed rest of your Thursday, and I'll catch you guys on a beautiful Friday.